how to practice patience. There's a child way and an adult way of practicing patience. I'm going to share with you both ways and what they look like and how you can break free from some of the challenges of being overly frustrated and lacking patience. Are you ready? Let's get connected. So why does frustration, irritation even happen in the first place? Because when I'm delivering a seminar and someone says, I want to have more patience, what they're really saying is how do I not overreact? Something's happening in my environment. Maybe it's my kids, maybe it's coworkers, maybe it's someone at my church, maybe it's someone out on the street, and they're doing something and they're doing something I don't like, and how do I not overreact to that? And so first, just understanding the root is that we're having certain expectations in that moment that aren't being met. We're having certain expectations of how the environment is supposed to look, how someone's supposed to behave, and we don't like it. And so because of that, because our reality doesn't look like we want it to look, we start to build levels of frustration because we just want it to be a certain way. And when we don't have control over what's happening in our external environment, we get frustrated with that and we lose our patience. And so this is about looking at how a child does patience and how an adult could do patience. So let's explore that. The child first does a few things. The first is that they sense that their reality is not how they want it to be. So that's a starting point for an adult as well. The second point that a child does is they lash out. They express anger, irritation, frustration, and they lash that energy outwards and project it outwards. After they do that, they do feel better. Now the challenge in that is that they haven't necessarily developed any new strategies to deal with how an environment might look opposite to what they actually want. So they're not necessarily developing a strategy on that, but they are learning to express their emotion, which is good for what a child needs to accomplish. But an adult has already done the emotional stuff. So now an adult, when we're looking at how to practice patience, an adult almost needs to do a bit of the opposite of that. So we sense, as adults, we sense the frustration building because our world or people don't look like we want it to look. We sense the frustration building. Then our job, instead of lashing out like the kid, is our job is to close our eyes and actually let it process within us. As we close our eyes, we activate the parasympathetic nervous system, which helps us to slow down, helps us to internally reflect, and has the system in a more relaxed, poised state. So as we close our eyes, the suffering, the irritation, the frustration, the emotions, the psychological distortions that we have about what we want and what our environment looks like, that's all got to process on the inside as we just close our eyes. Now, when our environment doesn't look like we want, we also tighten our body and close down, especially our hip flexors and pelvic region. And so what we want to do is we want to close our eyes and third, breathe into the belly. And so as we close our eyes, we activate the parasympathetic nervous system. We breathe into our belly to reinforce that and to open up the structures and energies of the pelvis. What that does is it brings a level of calm, but it brings a level of poise and balance to the central nervous system. And we're training ourselves in that moment. We're practicing the art of patience. You're not just supposed to have patience just like that. It needs to be a practice of patience. But this is this kind of the guidelines and the steps to practicing the actual physical application and practice of patience. And for now, it's just like going on a silent retreat or a silent meditation, and you close your eyes and you observe and you focus inward and process your information. And that's what we're asking you to do in practicing patience, is to take the energy and information and we're asking you to process it in a different way than lashing out. So let me give you the 3-step framework for being an adult and practicing patience is that. The first is you're going to take the energy in and you're going to let the frustration build. Instead of letting it out, you're going to close your eyes and you're just going to pause for a second and you're going to let that stir inside of you. While it's stirring inside of you, you're going to add the breath into the belly. And that helps to neutralize and balance out your nervous system while you're going through the challenges internally. You wait and wait and wait until you feel a sense of calm or a sense of peace or ease come over you. Then you know you're ready to engage. So that's the actual practice of it. Is it easy? No. Practice is never easy, but when you do it through repetition and you understand why you're doing it, it becomes a lot more effortless. So work hard at it. I know you can do it. It's going to really help you in your life and managing the people and the energy around you. So I hope you look forward to that. And if you like this, click subscribe below or go and visit stephenfonso.com for a lot more information and blogging on resilience, health, healing, relationships, well-being, kids. Look forward to seeing you there.